Hi, and welcome to the Indusoft Web Studio video training series for version 7.1. This is the first video in a series of many that will cover Indusoft version 7.1 or Indusoft Web Studio version 7.1. This video is going to list the items that you will need to be prepared to watch the remaining videos, or all of the videos, and the items that you will need. What you will need is a distraction-free area. We recommend an office with a closed door, or possibly a conference room where you're watching it with coworkers and can build off of each other's ideas, pause the video, and ask each other questions if necessary. Also, time. Each video will generally run between 15 to 30 minutes, some running a little bit longer, some running a little bit shorter. We recommend that if you don't have enough time during your busy workday, that you can possibly get in a video during a lunch period and still have time to eat your lunch. We recommend a notepad and paper, pencil, or an electronic method to take notes. Also, staying green, electronic method might be better. Also, for some of the later videos, Indusoft Web Studio version 7.1 or later installed. Now, you won't need it for the first few videos, but we will be building on an application that will continue to build using some of the navigation and things like that generated in previous videos. So it's also recommended that you watch these videos in order. Although it is not required, you can still get some of the concepts from individual videos, but to go through this, it's going to require other things that were generated in previous videos. A PC with speakers or headphones. Headphones are best, again, to drown out noise or distractions from other areas. And we're going to try to build these videos so that they will be watchable on tablets or iPads or iPhones, possibly separate from a PC if you are trying to develop at the same time with Indusoft Web Studio, so you could have that sitting next to it as well. There's a possibility this will even work with phones, although it may be kind of small to see some of the details. Also, it's encouraged that occasionally you pause the video and check out the help system if you need additional information. We are not going to cover everything 100%. There will be some items that you'll need to take it upon yourself to dig into some of the details, but we're going to do our best to make sure we get through the concepts and the ideas of almost everything in the product, but we're not going to read the help system to you. So it will be used during the videos, but we recommend you take a peek at that every once in a while as well. Again, as I've mentioned several times already, you can and should pause and rewind and possibly even start over just to get concepts down again. It is often that we're going to put some scripting in or type some information in, and we will often try to zoom in on those sections, so at that point you can pause and type those in. We're not going to take a long period of time and type in a lot of individual scripts. Some of those we'll have copied off screen and just paste those in, and then you can pause the video at that point. And we'll try to mention that during the video. Some of the conventions that are used, we're going to have mouse clicks, double clicks, and right clicks, and sometimes based on the recorded video, you may not be able to tell exactly which one I'm using. I'm going to try to mention it when it's a double click or a right click. That might not be something that you can see on the video itself. Some key combinations that are not specific to Indusoft Web Studio, but are more Windows-based or just general conventions. Alt-Tab will allow you to switch between different applications that are running, and you can hold down the Alt key and Tab to other applications that are running in the background. Now, this again is not an Indusoft convention. It's either Windows or other operating system conventions, but often you will see we'll be running the runtime of Indusoft Web Studio and switch back to the development or switch back to the runtime, and that is often done using Alt and Tab. Alt F4 will get you out of the current running application, the current focused application. And again, this is not an Indusoft function. It's built into a lot of different operating systems. But when we first start building some of the applications that don't have a way to shut down or exit the application, we'll be using Alt and F4 to get out of those. And I'll try to mention those during those videos, but If you don't see that explicitly, what just happened? Oh, we went back to another one by killing the first application. Alt and Enter is often a way to get at properties of an object. If you have it selected, you don't necessarily need to double-click on that object. You can sometimes hit Alt and Enter, and that's handy to do if maybe objects are overlapping each other and maybe you don't really have access to double-click very easily on an object or a border or something of that nature. Throughout this product, you can use Control and Drag to copy. A lot of people know about Control C and Control V to copy and paste, but in this product, in many different places of objects, and now in 7.1, you can also drag tags and expressions in certain worksheets by highlighting and then holding down the Control key, or selecting and then holding down the Control key and using the mouse to drag to another location, and that will effectively paste that in the new spot. To select individual objects, you can always use the mouse button or the left mouse button to select, but you can also, there are several other ways to select. You can select multiple objects by holding down the Shift key and selecting the different objects, and when we talk about some of the formatting, we'll talk about that as well. If you've selected multiple objects and you want to deselect an individual object, while holding down the Shift key, you can double-click on that object and it will remove it from the selection list as well. Also, you can window around multiple objects using the mouse, and when you window around objects, as long as you don't completely encompass an object, it will not be selected. So that's one way that you can select multiple objects within, or that are maybe overlapped on top of other objects, and certain ones behind. If you don't want those included, then just don't completely bound them in the window that you're selecting with. Some of the conventions used, in version 7.0, we switched to the ribbon interface. And for those of you who are not familiar with that, there's tabs across the top, and those tabs will change depending on what interface you're in within the product. For example, you won't see the graphics tab if you're not on a screen or the place where there's graphics located. And then the Format tab won't appear until you have an object selected that you could actually format. These groups contain logically ordered sets of icons or objects that you can then select and then use throughout the product. They are either features or objects that you can place on the screen. And for those of you who are familiar with either Office 2007 or Office 2010, this interface has been out for a while, and hopefully you feel that we've done a good job of logically grouping those and make them easy to find. Note that many selection or menu items that are in the various groups are also available in other locations in the Project Explorer or elsewhere in the program. So it's not wrong or right to use one over the other. They're just conveniently located to make them easier for you to find. So that's the preparation of what you'll need for the remaining videos of Indusoft Web Studio version 7.1 video training series. We hope you enjoy it, and thank you for your time.